Hi, living vlog. I'm doing one now to let the time go by easily as I wait for my computer to restart. I went to the kitchen to put vegetables in the microwave and to make a protein drink, and when I came back, the computer was restarting because I forgot that it was doing a reboot. It was doing update, like a 4.5 gigabyte update. Maybe it's like a new operating system. I don't know. Look at it. And then it took forever to download, so I forgot that it was doing it. And I was working on my Google Earth stuff, and I went in there, and when I came back, the computer was restarting, and I'm like, oh shit, I hope I saved it. Because Google Earth is different than Dreamweaver. When it crashes, it doesn't save. Dreamweaver didn't do that until a few years ago, but so I hope I saved it. But anyways, if I didn't, it's not that much work. But I'm doing like a super difficult, like kind of a difficult part of my project right now because it's kind of wrapping it up, and I'm doing on the south part of Boulder County where it goes into the other county, and so it's just different, awkward way to organize all the little creeks in there. And I was just kind of getting burnt out. I guess it's just really big. Yeah, just tying up loose ends on it and working on it. I've been doing it more than a month. I should go back and look. I think I will, actually. I think I started doing creeks and the lakes of Boulder County on like the same day that the war started. So, and I remember saying when I did it that, and you can go back and watch, but this is what I said. I said, this is like a really big project. I need to take my time with it because I need to take it seriously, so I can't overcook myself. I have to kind of not have any time goals with it, and even not even try to work that hard on it, like in terms of how much time a day. Like if I'm ever going to take this opportunity to do other things that I've never had time to do, then I'll do it. And so that's what I've kind of been doing as well. And broke up with Kirsten for 2 weeks. And then last night we're talking, but now I don't want to break up with her again until I'm done with this project, the Creeks and Lakes of Boulder County, so that I can make it easier, less stressful for myself, so I can just get into my own head and pace myself and just have fun, like not trying to worry about working too hard on it and freaking out basically about time just zooming by, like 1 month, 2 months. It's like, what the hell, like a black hole time gobbler, because if you have too many of those stringing together, I'll be too old to like do things that I imagine doing in my head. So, it's a race against time. So, that's kind of like part of the point system I was going to make. My last video yesterday, I was just kind of describing my idea about education, and you have a point system, but like you take into account the age of a person, because as you the overall point system takes into account physical as well as mental, right? But mental, like with these tests, you would get better as you get older. But in terms of the physicality, you would get slower, weaker as you get older. So the trick is to set up a point system where you somehow balance it just based on averaging out the numbers and looking at the numbers. You balance, I guess they saw the algorithm or whatever, the point system across, so that your typical person, if they spend all day long trying and they're both living the same way, they would get the same exact level throughout life, because their strength, or at least when they're in their peak in their 20s and later, more or less, because their strength would make up for their lack of knowledge, but when they're older, their lack of knowledge makes up for their strength. So that'd be kind of cool. So that way when you compare people, because I'm into comparing things across disciplines, like I was saying yesterday, if you want somebody to figure out somebody's field, have them explain their field, but then have them explain other fields, because then you'll know how far out of their field they can see and then what their knowledge is, and it gives you a good perspective. Yeah. Lost my train of thought. I have like a twitch in my eye. I don't know if you can see it here. Do you see that? Right there. I can't see it, but I'm going to look at this video when it's over and see if I can see it. But it's like constant. It started when I got upset with my mom, and then I took a few days off. That's like the day it started, and I told her that today. I attributed that to her stressing me out, and she's like, "Oh, that's because you're inside all the time. You're not getting enough vitamin D." Have I not been taking my vitamin D pills? I think I have. I'll have to go look. I have the little stacked pill chambers with all the different ones, but anyway, oh god damn it. I lost my train of thought. So, yeah, I was like up really late last night or whatever, and then I got up late today. And then I called my mom. Oh, I drank last night. I drank $5 worth of alcohol. I went into the store late last night and drank. Just because I'm doing new things. Sometimes if I discover myself doing crazy new things, I'm like, ooh, let's drink. But I'm too fat to like get hungover or to get that buzzed off of alcohol. But I'd have to drink a lot. But I should weigh myself. I think the last time I weighed myself, I was 205 pounds. Like, I remember I used to think 195 pounds was big, and I'm like, and it's not because I'm like working out and gaining weight. It's because I'm getting fat. Living on energy drinks. They raised the price of the 2 energy drinks, the Monster ones, up to $3 from $2.50. But they still have sales ones for $2. So I decided to get those. There's these other ones called NOS. No, not NOS. Can't remember, but one of them was Skittles flavor and one of them was Starburst flavor, and they're the ones with the niacin in them. If you drink them, you can feel it in your skin. So, anyways, I went over to my mom's house and we went on a drive. I went with her on a couple of errands. I can't remember where because my mind is blown. Kind of high right now. And then we went over, a place, and then went over to the post office, and then we went over to this place and went on a walk, like near warehouses and the Sturt Trail, and for a while, and that was fun. First time we'd walked that course, and then we kind of like to walk some days and ride some days, and I needed the walk. I get more exercise with my walking than with bicycling with her because we go so slow. So came back here and then I was working on the project. So still working on the rivers. And once I'm done with all the rivers and the organization and just looking it over and a couple times and making sure that there's nothing that I want to change on it, I'm going to then organize the lakes the way that the rivers are organized, which isn't what I was originally planning on doing because I thought it would be too time consuming, and the county of Boulder had organized the lakes just fine anyway because they had them numbered, and they had them numbered based on groupings, but I don't think they did a very good job, and so I think I'm going to do it my way, but I'm going to keep the numbers that they have just so you can know how they organize it, but I'm going to organize it the way that, just based off the way that the creeks are, so I don't know how long that's going to take. It's like 1,380 of them, so that's what I'll, but before I do that, I'm going to draw in, which is going to take a long time, dude, like maybe a week, I don't know, but I'm going to draw in all of the areas of all of the watersheds, both big and then the ones inside, and just see how it looks color-coded, and then color-code it all the different ways I can think of, both the creeks and the areas. Like with the creeks, I'll color-code it with the 4 big creeks being 4 different colors down, so you can see them as 4 different ones, and then I'll color-code them based on what level they are. So The biggest ones will get their color, and then as you go up, you get another color up, and then maybe in any other way I can think of, and then lay out different ways with the area. But I don't know. Maybe I'll do it with the lakes too. I don't know. The way that I decide on what I'm gonna do is I just kind of think about stuff, and then if I get it, like if I get excited about it, like, oh, that has to happen, then I do it. But yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think I need that. But and I try to kind of tend to not do it, to keep moving forward. But yeah, the attitude that I had about this project is that it's up. This is the attitude. This is the attitude from the very beginning that I had, and you can see the video that I made the very first day that I started on our lakes. Is that I was going to take my time with this, and I was going to have a special attitude about it, where like I wasn't going to get stressed out, because the way that I look at this is that it's kind of like a R&D project, because it's doing stuff that I've never done before, like organize rivers, and based on something really like extremely time consuming, but that somebody else did. Like the work that whoever the person did who traced the lake, the creeks, even though I'd spent a whole lot of time building it, I don't know. Like it seems like maybe they put even more time in drawing it. I don't know. I'd like to find that out. But so I was like jumping on it. I was like, let's do it. But it's like, but as far as like all the different things you can do to organize it, I've never done before, and it's kind of like stretching my skills to the most. And so because if it's going to stretch my skills to new levels I've never done before, I think I should take my time with it and be easy with it, so that I do the best, so I don't rush it and then not do a good job. So yeah, whatever. But anyways, I'm doing other things too, because I'm doing like a crash course in like technology. So I discovered like different cool things I could do, like I can't remember. But then I discovered that, and I remember there was one thing, but then I discovered after that, I discovered background remover, batch editing. So I batch edited a whole bunch of background removers of all these images I have. And I can practice those with Photoshop to make different scenes. I want to get really good at becoming a one-man. I was saying last night that I believe in people should learn how to do stuff on their own from the beginning. And so I'm extremely interested in the idea. And I was saying last night of the idea of having your own studio, where you have the studio just like the best people in the studio in the world, and you can call on everything, all the graphics or whatever, but it's all already pre-programmed. So you never go in beforehand and pre-program that much stuff in. You would only pre-program like the 20 images you're going to use or whatever, but like but all the video, I think, is just all programmed in, and so you just go and do it to kind of like a one-person, like high-quality team. But I'm also super interested in the idea of a one-person movie-making team, because the technology is so good. And I was talking about, and I have a page on my website about Boulder, Rome. Like I want to tell the story of ancient Rome from the beginning to the end, and like with time condensed 50 times, and or was it 30 times? Can't remember which one was the last one I wanted to do, because I was thinking one day being a month would be cool, because that's how people think, instead of one day being 50 days. But yeah, or maybe you could do one days. Maybe I was doing it like one day is 3 months, because that's a quarter. Like business world, I think in terms of quarters. So maybe you can do it in terms of quarter. One day is every 3 months. But anyway, oh shit, what's that? So like, I was even buying, like last month, I bought like a half dozen different outfits. I got Roman warrior, Roman soldier, Roman peasant, wizard, Roman emperor, Jesus, all sorts of different outfits for my show. And before I got the Jesus one and all these other wigs and stuff, because I have my green screen set up and all that kind of stuff. But I also, want to figure out how to get really good. Meaning making scenarios with Photoshop and then with Premiere Pro. So, because I have Creative Cloud. So, yeah, so I did that. And then, so just now, like today, I found out about a video or a website called, can't remember, but it's, they remove background from video. And so I did, and it's free to use. You pay like $25 a month or like $192 a year in order to have it so they don't take the resolution away from your video. But I did a couple of practice ones. I did Maria Sharapova boxing and Bruce Lee boxing. And it's good, even on the really fast ones with skinny little arms pointing out. It worked. And so all you have to do is push a button. It's like the click of a button, just like this other program, background remover I did with all the images I have. So so I was like, oh my God, that'd be cool. So then you can practice like doing your video with just, you could like, because like that means you could literally insert into your movie any single scene that you've ever seen in a movie. You'd be like, oh, I want to talk to that guy, or when I fight scene, I want to fight that guy. And I think copyright, they have like a 3-second rule, and 3 seconds is fucking long enough, dude, to do all this little short scenes of stuff. So because you can have it loop also. And then I even got like an idea to make a YouTube channel where you it's called like Versus, and you can get people like fighting, like in fight scenes, and then you can do the video of them fighting each other with their like video and the background with another background of your choosing, and you can like set it up with them, like maybe even like having a realistic fight. And I was wondering if the company, the business that did it, can't remember their name, if they like, I wanted to see samples, They have a YouTube channel, but for some reason the YouTube channel is just doing other things, like talking about other stuff, and they don't have any demos. And then they have a TikTok, but it's just kind of like regular TikToks, like people talking with like words. So I don't think anybody's taken it to the level of like layering different scenes and trying to make it appear like those different scenes are interacting with each other. And so if I can get good at that, because if you like want to get good at something like that, you have to like think as far, it's like a chess game. You have to think as far ahead as you can in order to be ready for whenever opportunities arise. Because, like if I randomly go in and I see like if I'm filming like a random like scenario, or I watch a random movie or whatever, I see something, and if I haven't previously thought about it, then it could be something good that I could use, but I don't think of it. But if I see it, I could be, oh my God, I could use it for that. So then I would just punch it through this program, and then I have it, and I can throw it in my movie to like do a fight scene with somebody, or like bike race against somebody, or like fly through the air with Superman, or fall, or like walk around, or myself. I could film myself in scenarios with my green screen, and they even do it without. You don't need a green screen though. That's the beauty of this. It does it without a green screen, but you could put different people in different scenarios, and yeah, maybe it'd even be faster, a way for me to do it for myself in different scenarios, if I want to put myself in different scenarios, like for my show. So that's what I wanted to experiment. So I was thinking maybe I should pay the $192. I was thinking maybe I'll wait like a couple weeks or whatever, but and then just keep videos, just pump all kinds of videos, like screen captures that I have. I've been getting screen captures of like the Ukraine war, of like tanks shooting buildings, and planes getting shot down and stuff like that. But and then just pump it through the program because it kind of takes a while to process. So you just pump them just to fill up the thing. So um, uh, so anyways, tomorrow I might. I don't care, but I probably finish with these creeks. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the color coding though until I'm done with the watersheds for the creeks. I'm gonna do that, and like one thing that I really like about this project is I get really into it. Like when I get relaxed and I look at it, I get like really into it. Like, oh, let's just keep working. I'm like in the world, and so it's not stressful to work on. As long as I take my time with it. So yeah, so I have to do the area. That'll take a while, and then reorganize the lakes. And then once all that's good, and I look through it and it's all good, I'll be like, okay. Hopefully, I'll be done with that in a couple of weeks, dude. I have to be realistic. Couple weeks. And then that's when I can do the really easy thing because I already organized it. All I have to do at that point is plug it into the website, make a website for it, and then link all of the stuff. And making it into a website and linking it, that's a huge project in itself. That'll take like at least 2 weeks or maybe a month. Like this whole thing will take a long ass time. But it looks really cool, and it's like a mainstream thing. I think like it might be one of the more popular things I do. Like other things I've been doing have been kind of like abstract, like mountaintopia. Like I'm building all of these historical buildings on top of the mountains and stuff, and I'm like, isn't that interesting? You can see how big they are in the mountains, so it'll help you understand the building, and it'll help you understand the mountain at the same time, integrating. Well, other people might not think of it that might not into it. It might be a little bit too abstract for them. And then the other stuff like building Rome on top of Boulder or whatever. But building the lakes and the creeks, that's pretty cool. And it'll go, yeah, but I also have Strava built, and I don't think I built Strava on Google Earth yet. Because that's that one thing that I want to do, because I built a Strava page on my website. So to put those on the Google Earth would be cool, because that's what I plan on doing, because I can layer it with all the different Google Earth stuff I have, because I have all the different mining towns in Boulder County, all the different mines, and including the mines underground, like the map of the mine, like how far deep the mine goes. The history of the actual town of Boulder with all the different buildings in it. And then Rome on top of Boulder, like including everything, aqueducts, all the buildings, like building for building, the exact size and everything, and then comparing it with the Rome. And then future Boulder, and then with like imaginary Boulder, and then yeah, the creeks and lakes. So and then Strava on top of that. So you throw all that together, and maybe even in the future have computers strong enough to be able to literally have all of those open at the same time. Why not? That's some cool playtime. Dope smoking and checking stuff out after your ride on your downtime. And I also even built in because if you built like a really good job, a detailed job of building entire worlds on Google Earth, then you can use the movie program they have to make movies. So you just hit the record button and then you travel around. Like you go to the building, you go in the building, out, do a little Grand Theft Auto type adventure around, and then you hit stop, and then somebody plays it, and you can take them on a ride. Or you hit the button and it takes you to a vantage point. So you go out to like a certain 100 miles out to the farthest out where you can still see the mountains. I have that. I built farthest out where you can still see the mountains, farthest out where you can still see this imaginary huge building that I built. Farthest out where you can see this, and then the different perimeters, because I have the different perimeters of categories that I have that mean different things for my site, my area page on my site, and I have the vantage points for those and all kinds of stuff. So it's pretty cool. You can do so much with Google Earth. I'm kind of surprised that there's other competing programs out there. My prediction is in 10 years, Google Earth is going to be the only one that exists that uses satellite photos. It's just better than everybody else. Anyways, let's see. Oh my God, I'm talking for 25 minutes. It's long enough tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be happy with how much progress I made. And hopefully my computer is restarted. It looks like it's a blank screen, so maybe it's in the process of doing it right now. Okay, talk to you tomorrow.